after that, we are going to start with our today's subject that will be how to build good habits for a better life. So I found this topic so interesting to talk about today and know more about your experiences and your insights. Okay. So hello guys who follow us from YouTube. We are here with Diogo, Tachiane, and Lurian for a new English immersion as every single Friday 2 p.m. with me as a facilitator. Just some I would like to share some information about the platform and this immersion. Talk and Talk is a platform of languages where you can learn and practice new languages such as French, English, Spanish, um, German, and others that are going to start this year as well. Something so important to say about the platform is here in this immersion we don't have a teacher, so it's not a regular English class. I'm not a teacher. I work in a different field, so I am here just for leading or guiding the conversation. We're here as well so for creating just a real conversation in English. I brought to the table a topic. The today's subject. The today's subject will be how to build good habits for a better life. So we are not gonna learn grammatical part of English. We are gonna just try to create a real conversation. That's it. A little bit about the platform. So let's move on to our first question. I'm gonna start with you, Lurian. Okay. Why are good habits important for personal growth and success? What do you think about it?
In my opinion, I think when you have some kind of a routine and some kind of purpose for your life, helps you to clarify your goals. You can see better how you can have the things. If you have priorities, if you have good habits, if you have direction to do. So if you plan, if you organize, I think you can uh, have a better way to reach your goals. And I can say also that you can do different ways when you are in the way to be there. One example: if you plan, if you organize everything, you have good habits, you can just change the way. No, now I need to do this because it's better. You can modify, I can say, the ways to have, since you know how to do. So I think to have a better a good habits, it's really good to help you clarify the way. It's a good it's a good thing to keep you informed of everything. And also I think you don't you can save a lot of time if you do this, because if you just do like random things, maybe you have more time to have your objective. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. I couldn't agree more with you, Lurian. In my personal opinion as well, I think that personal growth and success is related to goals. So either short terms or long term goals. So for achieving those goals or those objectives, obviously you will need to have good habits. Otherwise, bad habits for sure won't help you to reach or achieve them. Thank you so much for your contribution. And now, Tatiane, what do you think about it?
I think that the good habit is really important. Sometime I heard someone saying that you don't have to just think about the person that you want to be. You have to act like this person. So if you want to achieve something or to be different than the person that you are now, I think that it's important to have habits that um, help you in this journey. So I try to, in my case, I try to imagine me doing something and how I will feel about it. So and what I have to do to achieve this. So I think the habit is important. Um, so so you don't have things just in the plan, only in the paper. I think that is important to do something and to imagine and to think about what you're going to do and who you want to be and to act like this person.
Yeah, something interesting that you mentioned it about visualization. It's something that I started doing this year because as you already said, just thinking about your goals or just thinking of what could happen if I start doing it is so different that you being really there doing the thing. It doesn't matter if it's just a little step or big steps, but the sensation or the feeling is so different. So visualization, in my personal opinion, is key as well when you try to create good habits. Thank you so much, Tatiane and Diogo. How about you? What do you think about it?
I believe a lot in discipline, focus, direction, good energy, you know. For example, I smoked in the past. In the past, a little past. I stopped in December last year, and because I have the purpose, I enjoy a little surgery to stop. But when I think about this, I imagine my filter and anything that I want to do. For example, I started to go to the gym after a long time, and now I get it to running. For example, better to breathe better while I'm running and sometimes I enjoy my time, for example, to study English a lot, but to study English with another topic, like to emotional intelligence. Why? Because when I think about my life for next 10 years, I get to want to win anything no like only money, but I construction my entire and I need to now in the present to have a focus, to have a way for looking for the future, uh, life in the present, but she always how can I say looking for the little things what I want to do with my family, my wife, my family, for example, and because of this, I really believe a lot in good habits. It's difficult. For example, I want to sleep more early, but for me it's impossible because I need to my little free time at night for study, for reading any article in English or not with my job in my industry, for example, to learn about emotional intelligence now. But I wanted to sleep more early, but I don't know. But I know if necessary that I get it because normally I slept very little, But I try. I'm not
Thank you so
perfect.
much. Yeah, anybody's perfect here. So thanks so much, Diogo. Thanks so much, guys. We finished the question number one. Well done. Let's move on to the next one. I'm gonna start with you, Tatiana. Okay. So for you, Tatiana, what are the key steps to building a new habits effectively? Do you have any in mind? Something in mind?
Um, I think that it's important to have a routine and to have a good sequence of activities. So here in Talk and Talk, Philip said to us that it's important to have a habit that can also um, help in the English journey. For example, when you have to wake up early to go to the immersion, some people like to go to the gym uh, after going to no, it's before going to the immersion. So I think that is a good structure to have things really in this sequence. I think that is important to keep things moving. So you know that when you wake up, you have to go to the gym, and after that you go to the immersion, and after that. So I think that is important to build something like this, so you can keep your learning and your habits functioning, um, um, which each of them. So I think that is important. So you have all things going on in your day in a way that it just flows. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Tatiane. Another thing that I would like to add as well is maybe start small. Uh, and the most important part is start. It doesn't matter if that's small, but if you already feel that something is changing with those little steps that you are doing, I think that it's key. Repetition as well, because I know that there are a quantity of days that, for example, if you do that practice for or do that activity for, it doesn't matter how long for the time, but the times 20 or 21 days in a row, that can transform easily as a habit. So I think that it's key. Firstly, start as slow, consistency, it's key as well, in my personal opinion. Lurian, what do you think about it?
Yes, I think, like you said, it's really important to think small in the beginning and try to think about the big thing for the future. Because when you start to think about a new thing, you want everything is ready in the same moment, and this is not possible, in my opinion. So I think you need to start a new habit. I think you need to choose first. First of all, I think you need to prioritize. Né? You need to uh, check what is important for you or not. And I think it's nice if you can set small goals. So today I will do this and celebrate. You could do, and tomorrow I will do this. Oh, okay, and celebrate, because to have a good habit and to become a habit, you need to do more and more. So if you just do one day and the other day you don't do, it's not a habit. So I think it's really important, choose a moment that you will do this and try to do small every day. It's better if you do small every day that you do a lot one day and don't do anything in the days after. So I think small, and after you need to evaluate. No, now I can do a little more. No, so you change your plan to do more. So think about the big thing and the end of the way. But I think to start right now, you cannot think too big. You cannot do a big change in your life, because I don't think you can have succeed to have. So my choice is organize, but start with small things, small a little moment every day.
Yeah, that. It was so interesting what you said, and I think that with that continuous applying that continuously, there is a day that you don't feel that you are doing that because you set that thing, for example, for that day, for that specific schedule that you set that activity. It becomes like something automatic that you don't feel that you are doing at that time. So when you feel that, I think that it's already a habit, or you already created a habit. So thanks so much, Lurian and Tatiane and Diogo. Go ahead. What do you think about that?
Yes, Luria told me big important points because he really I guess no I guess no I have sure when we need to go to building or manage a new habit or anything what else we can do or we want to do. We need people to have discipline, focus, and important true celebration. I joke now because when I stop smoke, for example, in first month I I joke with my wife. Oh, congratulations for me! 1 month without smoking one cigarette, for example. It's nice. It's very because, but it's important for us. When I today when I sometimes I normally I will go to the gym in my building only at night because it's the little time without my wife Gigi, my little son to sleep. I enjoy this time for running in my build, for example. And normally I am a pirate because I arrived with my home after the job, you know. And then really I have the lazy, I have the tired, but I think no, I need to go because I didn't go today, tomorrow maybe I don't work because yesterday I not went, you know. We normally in this case we have the humans and the it's normal to I don't know this word in English. A moment, please. This is here. I didn't know. Forgot. Sorry. But when I think, I need to go. I need to do. Give up. Yes. It's like to win a little money, for example, in a lottery, because I get it. You know, I get it to one day more go to the gym, make exercise, after take a shower. Obviously, now it's very hot, but I want to go. I want to how can I to take a shower cold, no, not to water hot, because it's better. You know, thinking, and that's it. I need to really the important to effectively habits. First, we do it what we need to do it, and to celebrate. I guess.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Diogo. I really appreciate your contribution. And I would like to know, I am really curious if you guys created some new good habits this year. Do you have any new for this year? Maybe you started doing. For example, in my case, I decided to try to drink at least 2 liters of water each day, and as well to wake up earlier this year. So I am waking up currently at 5:30 for studying English and French. So do you guys have any new habits that you started doing this year? For example, Tatiana, do you have any?
Yes, I want to study more this year on English and other things too. I'm trying to wake up early. That is really difficult to me. And I am trying to read more too. I like to read, but it's been a while that I don't finish a book. So I think that I'm trying to introduce these habits in my life because I think that is important.
Mhm. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. And Lurian, do you have any new habits this year?
Yes, I'm keeping doing the French classes, and I can say the English too. And as a consequence of that, I start to wake up early too. Like you said, I used to wake up like 8, 9 every day, 8 or 9 a.m. If I don't need to work, I remember like I used to wake up like 10, and every day now I wake up 6 and 30, not too early like everyone. And something I want to do, and is I just cannot do right now because of my life is a little. I'm changing a lot of cities and everything. I want to put some kind of exercise, and my routine in the morning. So maybe I need to wake up a little early to do the exercise and after to do the French and the English classes. But for now, just wake up early. It's I can say I succeed to do, and study. I think it's really important too.
Thank you so much, Lurian. And Diogo, we know that you are trying to stop smoking, that I consider it's really pretty good. Do you have any other habit that you started this year?
Yes, in general, I started with the gym, running. I want to running on the street, on the parks, because until today I only running in my building. I want to study more English, but really I have a little problem with the hours because of my job, because of my life, and sometimes I enjoy my time while I want to go for my office in traffic. I did immersions here in Calcutta, but it's more difficult because it's nice because I train in the more listen because I don't get it to read. I don't choose the plan. I only schedule and normally 8
Hmm.
8 a.m. I start while I driving. I want to started Spanish because for my job it's important to third language. English is difficult, but the universal language. And for
Hmm.
our region, it's Spanish. It's very important for me. And that's it. I normally I always have big dreams, you know. I this year I want to run the marathon. No, I start the little things. Start construction the little moments to looking for the filter. You know,
Hmm.
no. Uh, I have a little TGHA, you know. And for me, it's complicated. You know, I have the patience. You know, for me, I'm be patient. It's difficult because I like, for example, why I like to run because it's we have the energy, we have the goal. Some another day I try to practice the meditation. It's impossible for me because I stay stopped, but my mind is think another things. You know, I forgot the meditation and I started think about my problems, work problems, personal problems. It's crazy,
Hmm.
but that's
Yeah.
it.
Thank you so much, Diego, for sharing your experience. So, thank you so much as well for answering this question that it's not here in our list. I'm gonna skip the third one, so let's move on to the fourth one. I'm gonna start with you, Tatiana. Okay. What is the role of discipline versus motivation in habit formation? What do you think about it?
I think that motivation is something that can go away and it usually goes. But I think discipline is something that you build that is consistent. I think that that's the difference, and that's why that I personally think that discipline is more important than the motivation because I think that discipline is introducing this thing, that thing in your life, in your schedule, and knowing that it's important by itself, not because you want something bigger. It's just like Diogo said about big things and small things. So I think that discipline is doing these small things every day and not and trying not to think too much about the bigger purpose. So I think that this discipline takes this role in this question. So I think that is important to start small and trying to introduce the habits and trying to think about the present, not too much about the future and the big things and all this motivation stuff. I think that motivation is important, but if you don't have discipline, I think that it don't value too much.
Yeah, I totally agree. As you said, both are important, but as you said, motivation is gonna go away easily. And if you don't, because at the beginning of every single new thing that we want to do, we all have that motivation. So I'm gonna do it. This year I'm gonna speak French, for example. But when it gets harder, that's the moment that discipline has to be over there because motivation is gone at that point of the way. So thank you so much, Tatiane. And Diogo, what do you think about this one?
I confess, I was thinking about this, but I don't know. I didn't have the correct answer, I think, because when we talk about discipline, I think it's like to the rules. For example, in our life, we need to driving without on the street limit speed. It's the rule about the traffic jam. We have the discipline. Normally, we have the one condition and we need to do this like in our job, for example. Only Monday I need to input my my submit any tests I did in last week, for example. uh, and we have this plan for execution, anything or any what we can to do. But motivation for me is different. Uh, I have a big motivation for doing barbecue all weekend, because for me this I have been very, very, very well. I don't know the correct answer, but for me, discipline is when we need to do, and motivation is when we get it to have discipline. We feeling motivation for continuous, for growth, for construction, any next steps, for example.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Diogo. Lurian, for finishing the question number 4. How about you?
Yes.
What do you think?
I agree. I think the motivation is a kind of spark, né? A flake that you want to do something, né? But to keep doing, you need to have discipline. And I can say right now about the language because I am in São Paulo. I'm totally out of my routine, but I have discipline. It's not a motivation for me anymore because I know I need to speak French for my reasons. I know I need to improve my English because of my work. So since I have discipline and I start this 5 months ago, I can it's not a big thing for me anymore. It's just in my routine. So since I have internet, I have a cell phone or a laptop, and I have things to do. Why not I do? Because it's just a good reason to don't do. I am out of my routine. I am doing this, so I will not do. No. So if it's a discipline, for me, it's like when you brush your teeth. You learn that since you are young. So you just do because it's normal. Né? So for me, it's the same. The motivation can go quickly, but discipline you keep doing because it's a habit and because it's important to you, in my opinion.
Yeah, the analogy that you created was really good. That is spark. That's gonna rest just for a short time, but the discipline will rest maybe forever, depending what how you handle it or how you create, how strong you create it. Thank you so much, Lurian. So let's move on to the next one. Well, I think that we already talked about the fifth one, so I'm gonna skip that as well. I'm gonna continue with you, Lurian. Okay. So the sixth one. What are some common reasons why people fail to maintain good habits?
I think first, there are a lot of people that they don't have a lot of intelligence, emotional intelligence for realize what is good or not. It's really, I think the easy way is to give up, and this is because I don't need to do what I need to do, nothing. So the easy way always is to just give up, in my opinion. So and there is a lack of like care a lot about the things, then to fight a lot about the things, and some people. And I say about emotional intelligence because we know that we are raised in the different ways, né? Everyone has a different ways to think, or the cultures, né? Maybe you have some traumas. Everyone is different, but in general, I think it's really easy to give up. It's easy to put the responsibility in the others. Someone don't was right for me because of someone, because of something. Né? It's a kind of, you don't take the responsibility to yourself. And in the most of cases, né? I cannot be generic here because of everyone is different. But in general, like, people don't want responsibility. It's really I will give up because, okay, I don't have, né, other ways to do, and to do, né, until you get there. It's a lot of steps, né? You need to fight a lot, maybe you need to adjust a lot of things. So because of that, the way, né, the challenge, I think keep people out of a good habits. But if you start to work in your emotional intelligence, know more about yourself, what is the priorities for you, I think this help a lot. It's my opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree with that part. You said that it's easier to give up and to give excuses as well and say, it's not for me. Uh, and you do that for maybe for pe- with people that you share that maybe that dream or that habit that you try to create. So, and it's normal to blame others or the situation, but not say it's something about me. There is something wrong in me that I need to fix. It's easier to blame others, and that's it. Thank you so much, Lurian and Tatiane. Go ahead. What do you think about it?
I agree with Lurian, but I want to add something. I think that people sometimes fail to maintain these good habits because of the routine. I think that sometimes it's hard to conciliate things. And I think that people always think to do something, they have to do a lot of this and have to do in a incredible and amazing way. But I think that it's important to not let the habits die and to do that thing for, if if you just have this time, you can do something for just 5 minutes, for example. But I think that is important to keep the habits going on. And in my case right now, it's difficult to have habits in this schedule because at the moment I don't have a routine. Things are just happening really fast, and I am starting college next week, and I have to help my dad with medical stuff. So right now is a difficult time to have a routine, but I'm trying to come here, for example, to the immersions, the time that I can. But I think that people fail because of these reasons that Lurian said, that it's easy to give up on something when things get hard. And I think that it's difficult to conciliate all the things that happens in our life, just like um, unexpected events too. And I think that we have to work in this constantly think that we can do something for just like 5 minutes and it's done and it's perfect too. We don't have to do this for like 1 hour or two. You have to start small, and not every day is perfect. And I today I heard this phrase that is something like we you are never ready. You're just prepared. I think that when you're ready, you're just like close to your mind. You're not open for new things. But when you're prepared, you know the risks and you have your fear, but you are prepared to do the first step and to maintain that habit. So I think that is important to to think about these things and give the best that you can in that day.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your contribution, Tatiana. Something I wanted to add as well is that with social media and with the internet, I think that people are getting used to maybe try to have instant results. I think that with that, and when people start not seeing progress in weeks or even in months, they say, "No, it's not for me. It's not gonna work." But we need to understand that maybe those not just goals as well habits. That is, I think, for example, going to the gym. I think that it's gonna take some time, a long time, that you're gonna start seeing or feeling results in your body or even in your health overall. So I think that nowadays society it's getting used to that. Maybe try to find instant results that it's kind of impossible. So and Diogo, go ahead. What do you think about that?
I agree with you. Lack of discipline, it's normal. Uh, if you like to carry more about yourself, you don't know. For I think, for example, for me helping my family, my sons, my wife, I need to be good with myself because normally uh, it's common we lost about our feelings, what we want, and to feel about our parents, our sons. Sons is more normally, such one in first hour it's crazy. But if we have a little expertise, we need to be good because when we have any problem or we don't have patient with ourselves, normally we forgot about little things that it have the pleasure for us. For example, I like so much to drink a beer. I drink a beer all the weekend, but only all the weeks. In normally now because I'm oldish, 4 years old. I don't want to drink a lot, but I like it. Sometimes on the Wednesday when we have the Corinthians game, for example, to drink a beer, two, three, I forgot, latas, for example. But for me, it's pleasure. I need to be good with me. And sometimes, lack of discipline, caring more about yourself, we lose or we lost about this, and that's it.
Thank you guys. So let's move on to the next questions. I'm gonna skip the no, I'm gonna skip the seventh one. So let's move on to the eighth one. I'm gonna start with you, Tatiana, okay? What strategies can help break bad habits and replace them with good ones? It's a good one. What do you think?
Let me think. I think that something that I said before is to um having a schedule and things that you have to do before you do the habits that you want to do. I think that it's important to have just like a ritual to the thing when you're starting. Um, so you have to replace things just like when you I don't know if Diogo passed through this, but people said that when you stop smoking, you have to replace that habit with something new, just like candy or stuff like this. So it's that you have a bad habit or you have a you are vicious to something, it's important that you put another thing in that place that is empty because you cut it. Um, but to start a new thing that is good. And to do this with the same frequency that you were doing the bad habit. So I think that is important to have a ritual and to really introduce that thing in your schedule, in your routine, just like you did with the bad habits. I think that it's a challenge. And I think that it's hard. Sometimes we tend to have these bad habits, and it's hard to replace with good ones. But I think that trying something like that can help.
Yeah, I totally agree that replacement is crucial. It's a must, I would say. But it's important to do that, not do that drastically, because imagine that you are trying to stop drinking Coke, for example. If you say, tomorrow I will drink water instead of Coke, so that won't work. So if you drink every single day 5 cans of Coke, I think that it's something more realistic to say tomorrow I will drink just four. And with that little steps, then you can decide, okay, I'm gonna replace the regular Coke with the Diet Coke. So maybe with that little changes, with time you will create that new habit. At the final of the story, maybe you will stop drinking Coke if it's your habit that you want to have.
Yes, I think that it's like just reintroduce something and to
Hmm.
start small. It's just like you said, you don't have to just cut off
Hmm.
immediately. It's like it's hard because you're doing these things for a lot of time, and you just can't just okay, I'm stopping this right now. And I think that it happens something that is um similar to the question that we answered before that it's this thing you have to do is small and small um because it's not easy to break a cycle and things that you are doing. So I think that is um that's why people fail sometimes to maintain good habits because just like you said, the people want things immediately, and it's not like that.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Tatiane. Lurian, go ahead. What do you think about it?
For me, I think it's important first, uh, try to understand yourself better, how you work, how the things are for you, né? Because if you can change something in your life, maybe it's better for you start. Maybe you need to change something inside of yourself to be ready, né, to start a new thing. So it's important to work on this, né? Do therapy, know yourself better, and start with things simple. It's my opinion. So choose. I will start. So try to choose something simple and try to identify what is the problem, what is the what is not good for your routine that maybe you need to avoid. And maybe you want to start to do exercise, né? And to do exercise you want to do in the morning, but to do in the morning you need to wake up early. So but I cannot wake up early because I sleep bad. Why you sleep bad? Maybe what are you doing the day before, né? Maybe you need to have a detox night. Maybe you need to stop to using social medias before sleep, né? So you need to think about simple things that you can change, and maybe you find a reason, né, to change a habit. So for me, and long story short, I think it's start with simple things and try to understand your life better for you know what is good or not for you.
Yeah, finding the reason why you are doing that is crucial as well, because otherwise it will be easy to give up. Thank you so much, Lurian, for finishing our immersion. Diogo, go ahead. What do you think about that question?
It's funny to when a Christian talk about the Coke because I love Coke, but I love the normal Coke, no zero Coke, you know. Always in the when I have lunch, for example, in only days I have with my I am with my colleagues in work. I ask for the restaurant. I want the normal coke, you know. But think about the habits. Now I stopped the drinker coke only days because I like it, love, yes, but it's not a good habit, you know. And now I press the water with lemon and ice. But think about the strategy. I guess there isn't effective strategy than the awareness of doing what we have to do. You know, we need to think about if I do this, what the consequence. And normally, if you want to stop it and think about 1 second, normally we get it to take another position or another thing, I guess.
Mhm. Thank you so much, Diogo. And we finished our today's subject question. So we are gonna leverage this time for sharing our experience in this immersion. I'm gonna start with you, Tatiana. Briefly, how was it for you? How do you find the subject of today's? How was your experience here? Please let us know.
I really liked the subject. I really enjoyed this time with you guys. I think that it was a great conversation. I like the topics because I think that it's something that is important to talk about. To me, and having this moment that I having right now without a routine, so I want to learn, and I think that I did it. I learned a lot with you guys, so thank you.
Thank you, Tatiana, for being here with us. In my personal opinion as well, I think that every single immersion is so enriching. We can learn from a lot from it. Lurian, go ahead briefly. How was it for you?
Yes, it was really nice, Christian. Thank you. And to say something short, I think it's really important to identify the triggers, né, that in our lives to keep improving everything and talk about that like we are doing now, even if it's in another language, is a really nice way to start. So it's a changing, and you talk about that. So thank you, Diogo and Tatiani and Christian to share the experiences and the opinions with me.
Thank you, Lurian. And Diogo, go ahead.
Nice, like 2 hours. I went to your immersion. Nice to talk with you, Lulian and Tatiane. It's excellent topic. It's important to think about good habits and ourselves. You know, it's very important. And normally, unfortunately, we sometimes we forgot about this. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being here with me again. So I I wish you a wonderful weekend. I hope to see you in my next English immersion. That's it for today. Bye bye. See you later.
Bye bye. See you.